All right, it looks like Kirby Smart and the Georgia Bulldogs are trying to flip/steal away a five-star quarterback currently committed to the Texas Longhorns. I'm going to talk about that in today's video, as well as a lot of other insider Georgia Bulldog recruiting notes. Of course, this is recruiting season. That's what January is for. We've got a ton of notes over on the website, dawgpost.com. And in today's video, I'm going to be breaking down Diab Bel, who is the quarterback currently committed to Texas that Georgia offered last week. And I've been told by sources down in South Florida that there is some legitimate mutual interest there. This is not something to brush over. This is a big, big deal. Of course, Georgia will continue to push for five-star quarterback Jared Curtis out of Nashville, who will be taking his official visit to Georgia in mid-June. That's still the big prize, but Diab Bel is a big-time quarterback to know who now holds a Georgia offer. I'm going to break down more of him in just a second, but I'm also going to talk about the Kirby copter, right? Kirby Smart was out in the helicopter across the state of Georgia last week, checking on some top programs, some top targets. I'm going to be telling you where he went, what targets he's been checking on, and which in-state prospects earned a new offer from the Georgia Bulldogs. So there's a lot to go over, a massive recruiting video for you today. So, and listen, recruiting still matters, and you're not a five-star Georgia fan if you still don't follow recruiting. So if you're watching this video, you are one of the best and most knowledgeable Georgia fans on the planet. All right, so congratulations to you. So, first, Diab Bel, committed to Texas, 6'3", 190 pounds out of American Heritage High School in South Florida, one of the best programs in the country, committed to Texas back in June, but he now holds a Georgia offer, and that's a guy that I think they're going to start to push for a lot more. Mike Bobo, I think, had like a big family thing. I think his son had senior night or something like that, but he missed a big family gathering. I was told to go down to South Florida, meet with him, extend an offer, and let him know, hey, we're going to push for you, right? We did have Jared Curtis. We're still pushing for him, but we need one of the best quarterbacks in the country in this 2026 class. They did take two in the 25 class. Ryan Montgomery coming off kind of the knee injury, right? So we don't know when he will be 100%. And then they took a three-star local quarterback to provide some depth as well. But they need one of the best in the 26 class. And Diab Bel is one of those. He threw for over 2,600 yards last year, 29 touchdowns, rushed for 560 more on the ground with 5 more scores. More importantly, he led American Heritage to a 4A state championship, and he did it all as a junior. This kid's only going to be better. He's got natural arm talent. He throws with touch, but he can also zip that ball into tight windows. I love his pocket presence, his footwork, his ability to make all the throws all over the field, and he moves well. He can pick up yards with his feet and has no problem doing it. So this is a guy who may not be considered a dual threat, but he can absolutely move, but he wants to launch that football. Big, big deal. You could read more about him over on Dawg Post, because this is a guy that I think Georgia fans need to keep a close eye on. He's the number 4 quarterback prospect in the country. He's the number 13 overall prospect in the country. So again, big, big deal. 5-star quarterback committed to Texas, who now has a Georgia offer, and a guy that I think Georgia has a legitimate shot at, right? I wouldn't be talking about this if I didn't think that it's no big deal. So that is a big deal, and you can read more over on the website. So let's talk about the helicopter. Let's talk about the helicopter. It's a big, big deal. Kirby Smart, I think it was all last week, but here are the players and teams that he checked up on. So this didn't happen, one after another. I don't know the word for that. I'll think of it later in the video probably, but we're just going to start just some way. Okay, Grayson. Let's get it. Grayson, he stopped by Grayson in Loganville. They're the 6A state champs. Obviously checking on Tyler Atkinson, elite 5-star linebacker who was in Athens this past weekend, and several other guys. So he stopped at Grayson. He stopped at Buford, landed the helicopter at Buford High School. Bryce Perry Wright is a 4-star defensive tackle to keep an eye on. Tyreek Green is a 4-star athlete with a Georgia offer. And Graham Houston is a Buford offensive lineman in the 26 class who holds a Georgia offer as well. So he stopped by Grayson, he stopped by Buford. Thomas County Central, they've got 2026 edge defender Cam Brooks and a slew of other guys. One of the best programs in South Georgia. Kirby made sure to stop there. I believe he stopped at Lowndes. They offered the quarterback there in the 27 class, J.C. Johnson. So he's a guy to keep an eye on. You can read more about him over on Dawg Post. He stopped by Lee County, home to 2027 wide receiver Jaden Upshaw, 62 catches for 840 yards and 11 touchdowns last year as a sophomore for a very powerful Lee County program. So he is a sophomore wide receiver to keep a close eye on. He stopped by Houston County, home to four-star safety Jordan Smith, who is a top 100 player in the country, or maybe right outside of it. That's an in-state, middle Georgia safety to keep a close eye on. And a wide receiver who came in, I think, from Northwest Macon, who transferred over to Houston County, Kavon Conciaro. I'm sorry, I probably butchered that name, but he's been a fast rising receiver that I've been writing a lot about. He finally got that Georgia offer this month, so he's another wide receiver in Middle Georgia to keep a close eye on. He stopped at Langston Hughes, of course, their running back Carson Baker in the 26 class. Extremely fast. He's electric with size, 6'1", 190, probably 195, maybe close to 200 pounds. Runs like a deer, one of the fastest players in the state. So big time running back prospect to keep an eye on. You also stopped by Douglas County. They've got some guys committed elsewhere. They've got a wide receiver committed to Texas A&M, Aaron Gregory. They've got Carter, blanking on the first name. He's Jordan Carter. He's an edge defender at Douglas County. He's committed to Texas A&M. And then they've got a receiver, Devin Carter, who's committed to Auburn. But Kirby made sure to stop by there, check on those guys, see what's going on. He also stopped by Westlake. They've got some younger guys. Deion Thomas is a wide receiver in that 26 class to keep an eye on. Maybe he's in 27. But he's a guy to keep an eye on who is getting more offers. He also stopped by Southwest DeKalb. He made a stop by Gainesville, one of the better programs in the state right now. They're pumping money into that place. The Red Elephants have 2026 edge defender Xavier Griffin, who's currently committed to Southern Cal. Wouldn't surprise me if he ended up at Alabama, but he is an outside linebacker, pass rusher, long, athletic, one of the best in the country out of Gainesville High School. The Dogs would love to add him in this class. We'll see if they can pick up some momentum, but he's a local kid to keep a close eye on. That is one of the best in the country. He stopped by Kell High School, 2026 linebacker Brandon Roos is there, and they've got a lot more guys. If you're in the Cobb County area, you want to see some good football. North Cobb's got some really good players. Kell has some really good players. There's a lot of talent in Cobb County for sure. Sprayberry's got several kids to keep an eye on. Actually, Georgia just offered one of their safeties, Keelan Jones. Jordan Edmonds is a guy that they have as well. They also had a defensive back, Mark Manfred, who committed to Missouri in the 25 class. So Sprayberry's got a lot of kids. My old stomping grounds over there definitely got some talent. So, Kirby went all over the place, and so did Stacy Searles. He went to go check on Jackson Cantwell, a five-star elite offensive tackle from Missouri. Georgia's been on him from the very beginning. I think they will be in the mix for his recruitment throughout. His entire recruitment. Ohio State is up there. Dude takes a lot of visits. He's doing his research, but they know that Georgia is a very real option for them. They love Georgia. They always tell me how much they like it, how much their culture fits what they're looking for. And they know that, the Georgia Bulldogs, not necessarily Stacy Searles, but the Dogs in general, have developed elite offensive tackles over time. They know that. So he's a guy to keep an eye on, because Stacy Searles was back up there checking on him. So definitely one of the best players in the country. And if he commits to Georgia, he could be Georgia's top ranked commitment in the 26 class. Long way to go, but they will be in the mix throughout. A few offers that went out. This is just a few. You can read a lot more over on Dawg Post, because again, January is when they send the offers out. That's when they're looking for players. They're checking on guys. They're going by the schools, meeting, getting face-to-face with high school coaches, introducing themselves to players. So this is where they put the recruiting board together and extend new offers. Jamani Edwards is a defensive lineman out of Lithonia. 2028, okay, he was just a freshman last year. He has earned a Georgia offer. Giovanni Tuggle, a local kid, Wander Barrow, big-time athlete. I think he's the number 6 prospect in the state for the 2028 class. He earned a Georgia offer. 2028, Christian Webb Scott. He's a defensive lineman at Buford High School. He earned a Georgia offer. And then Justin Weeks, the 2027 edge defender out of Pace Academy. He earned a Georgia offer this week. So just a few guys, a lot of in-state players earned an offer from the Dogs. I spoke a little bit about some earlier today, but a lot of offers across the country too. And of course, Diab Bel is one of them. Again, 6'3", 190, committed to Texas, but earned that Georgia offer. And I was told, by sources down there that, hey, this was a big one. This was kind of an eye-opener. We know he's committed to Texas, but Mike Bobo coming down, extending an offer personally. That's how I was told it went down. And I was told that it was a big deal to Bell and his family. They know, the Georgia program, how successful it's been recently. So this is a guy to keep a close eye on. Now, Jared Curtis, I think, is better. Jared Curtis is the big prize, and they will continue to recruit him. But Diab Bel got to be a guy that Georgia fans keep a close eye on. We'll see if things, start trending Georgia's way, maybe this spring or summer. If he locks in an official visit to Georgia, that's when you know it is really, really serious. It wouldn't surprise me at all if that happens. So another quarterback to keep a close eye on, one of the best in the country. We'll see if he makes it to Athens anytime soon or for an official visit this summer. Thanks for watching. Hope you learned something. Recruiting always matters. It always matters. And if you're watching this again, thank you so much. You care about recruiting. You are a 5-star Georgia fan. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you over on the website.